We're here at KubbeHuddle 2022 in Edinburgh, Scotland. I have Kunal with me. He's a real person, and it's been great to geek out for 2 days. And Kunal's been busy. He's been doing multiple talks. But before we get into that, Kunal, we met online a few years ago. We've been geeking out in your community, in my community. We've done live streams on Twitter Spaces, and we met in person this year more than once now, which is great. But please give yourself an intro to everyone watching.
Yeah, hey everyone, my name is Kunal. I work as a development manager at Civo, which is a cloud native service provider. You can see over here. And KubbeHuddle has been fun. So I love communities. I love collaborating with people like Eddie, yourself. I'm the founder of Community Classroom, KubbeWorld, and CNCF students. So I've been involved in a lot of communities. It's been fun, and I'm a content creator, just like Eddie.
So you gave more than one talk at this event. What were your talks about?
Yeah, I think I did one tech talk and one a community-focused talk. So my tech talk was around Kubernetes and cloud cost monitoring best practices. So we spoke about things to keep in mind, metrics to keep in mind, and what challenges companies face, and how to tackle those challenges, some of the best practices, all sorts of things. The second talk was around one of my favorite topics, which is scaling communities to be more inclusive. So how to, some of the best practices to scale your communities or form your new communities around the underrepresented groups.
So what are the benefits of these type of in-person events?
So when you mean these types of events, I think of a cloud native event like this on a much smaller scale. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, people who are watching, it's sort of like the unconference thing.
Yes.
So if you talk about bigger events with 10,000 attendees or more than that, that may look like great, and it is great. 10,000 attendees is not a joke. It's a pretty big event. But overall, if you're having 10,000 attendees, you also have a lot to do around those initial, the days of the conference. Some people are running workshops, some are attending keynotes, some are doing hallway tracks, some are doing networking, some are just, going to other places. I'm not saying that these events are not good, these are amazing, but sometimes you need that more of a local feeling. And this is what these events provide. So it's like a mini gathering that is very focused. And I think these are more community driven, because less vendor pitches, less vendor talks, and more on the community focused talks. So I think that's one of the differences and the advantages when it comes to events at this scale compared to something that is thousands of attendees.
That's true. Yeah, you're right, it's a lot more personal. People can really get time to chat, record videos, and geek out, which I think is so true. It's awesome. Yeah. So if you had a message to the community, what would you like to say to the community? I'm sure we've got loads of Eddie Hub people watching, loads of your community watching, and other communities watching. What would you say? Any takeaways or any tips?
Yeah, I just say get involved. You don't have to be an expert, just be involved. Just one thing I like to share is that if I personally feel like there isn't something where I am, I would do it.
Did you hear that, everyone? Repeat it for the people at the back of the room. If there isn't any events near you, well, start one. I'm sure there's tech people in that area that would love to kind of geek out with you. So definitely recommend doing that. Kunal, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. It's always awesome to geek out with you in person and on video.